Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216. This one is in the UK QWERTY layout and in grey. And just taking a look around the box packaging. And at the underside of the box, there are various certifications and labels. Now let's go ahead and open up the box by cutting apart the sticky tape or packing tape that's keeping the box securely sealed. And let's try and dig out the tab that's keeping the box flap securely closed, and lifting up the box flap to reveal the contents inside. And at the very top we can see there is a palm rest or wrist rest. Let's lift it out and set it on the tabletop and continue to open up the box packaging. So we can see the Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216 resting in the box. Let's lift it out along with the rest of the contents from the box. And just checking through, making sure nothing else is left behind. Let's close the box back down. And just going to set the box to the side and set the contents from it on the tabletop, so you have a full and clear view of all the items from this Dell Multimedia Keyboards KB216's box packaging. So right there are the contents from the Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216's box packaging. Now let's first take a look at this booklet or leaflet here with safety, environmental and regulatory information. So we can see the information is printed across several panels and in small print and in various languages. So just giving you a look at the various panels of information on both sides of this booklet. And okay, setting that booklet down and moving right along, there is the palm rest or wrist rest for the keyboard, and we can see that it's packaged in a clear recyclable sleeve or packet. And let's slide the wrist rest out from the packet and just setting the packet to the side, keeping that away from babies, children and animals. And let's continue to do that with the keyboard as well. We can see that the keyboard is packaged similarly. And let's slide that packet off and of course recycle and reusing it thoughtfully, and of course once again keeping it away from babies, children and animals. And just setting the keyboard down, so now you have a much clearer view of this Dell Multimedia Keyboard KB216's overall design. And as I mentioned, this one is in grey and in the UK QWERTY layout. Okay, so let's take a close-up look at the palm rest or wrist rest first. So giving you some sense of the overall design. So it does have a low sheen finish, as you can see, nearly matte, with a slight reflective quality about it. As you can see, the light just playing off its surface, so giving you a much closer in look at the details of that surface. And flipping over to the underside, giving you a look at the underside of this palm rest or wrist rest. And its overall designs right there, we can see that it does have rubber feet to the front underside edge of the palm rest, and giving you a look at the overall design once again. So you can see it does have that slope towards the front edge of the palm rest. Okay, so that's the palm rest, setting it down and just giving you some idea of the sturdiness of the palm rest, and of course some idea of the flexibility or stiffness of this palm rest. So very light in weight, as you can see, very slim and low in profile. So now moving on to the keyboard itself, the Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216, and let's start off by first taking a look at the USB end. So you can see that it is obviously and clearly a wired keyboard, and giving you a look at the USB Type A end of the keyboard. So right there, giving you a look at the USB plug. And of course, undoing the cable tie to give you some idea of the length of this keyboard's cable. So right there, giving you some sense of the length of the USB cable for the keyboard. And of course, the cable itself from the USB Type A plug end to give you some sense of the flexibility and of course overall design of the cable. And of course moving right along all the way up and towards the keyboard itself. So we can see that it is soft plastic insulated. And now taking a look at the keyboard itself once again in grey and in the UK QWERTY layout. And taking some close-up or closer in looks at the keyboard. Right there you can see the pound sign at the number 3. And once again the finish is similar to the palm rest with that low sheen matte finish. And this keyboard has a chiclet key design, and you can see that they are quite low in profile as well, with a slight concave to them. And this keyboard is spill resistant, so any liquid spills it will handle without any issue. And we can see the Dell logo molded in the upper right hand corner of the keyboard where the keypad is. So the keyboard weighs a little over half a kilogram or 500 grams. And giving you a look at the keyboard slightly further out now. And right there you can see the overall design. Of the keyboard with its sloped design, and of course on the underside of the keyboard as well. So giving you some close-up looks. So you can see that it does have extendable feet on the underside of the keyboard, or risers that flip out to raise the height of the keyboard, and it does have those slip resistant rubber pads or feet as well at various parts of the keyboard. Another one in the middle and at the opposite corner as well. And we can see the notch on the front edge of the keyboard for clipping the palm rest into it. Just taking some close-up looks at the details of the keyboard, and we can see that there is a long panel of certifications and labels right across the underside of the keyboard towards the top. And to give you a look at the riser or feet that can be flipped out or extended out to raise the keyboard, and we can see once again that the feet does have slip resistant pads as well. So simply flipping it out, and to give you some idea of the height right there that it provides, very soft and simple operation right there of those risers for the keyboard, and giving you a look once again at the keyboard further out. And to give you some idea of the size and scale of this keyboard, and for some perspective, just placing my fingers over the keys of the keyboard, and of course doing some mock typing as well to give you some idea of the sound or noise of the key presses. And you can see, just trying to push the keyboard about, it does stay nicely in place with those slip resistant feet or pads. And to give you a closer in look at the keys and how they respond and the noises that they make. And now let's attach the palm rest to the keyboard to give you some idea of the total and completeness of the overall design of this Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216 with the palm rest attached. So right there you can see, very simple attachment. And once again giving you a look. And of course, let's raise the keyboard by flipping out the risers. And we can see that the keyboard now is raised slightly higher up. So right there, giving you a look once again, much further out of its overall design with the palm rest attached. And of course, this being a multimedia keyboard, it does have those multimedia buttons or keys with the mute, volume decrease, and volume increase buttons. So lowering the keyboard, lowered, and raised, and lowered once again, and with the palm rest removed, in the lowered position, and in the raised position, and back to lowered again, and fitting the palm rest into it. So simply snapping it in or clicking them into the slots on the front edge. Now let's go ahead and plug the keyboard in just to see the indicator lights light up. So giving you a look at the indicator lights just over the numeric keypad. So it is a little white LED for each of the 3 status indicator lights. And of course, giving you a look now that the keyboard has been recognized by the laptop. And of course, there we go, getting the caps lock. And of course, the scroll lock LEDs to light up, consistent in brightness, with those 3 white LEDs, circular ones, and of course, once again, turning them off. And back on again. And of course, doing some mock typing. So that's the Dell Multimedia Keyboard-KB216. Thanks for watching and happy typing!